Hey, hello guys, this is Karthik from executeautomation.com and this is part 2 of our BDD with Selenium and Specflow video series. And in this part, we're going to talk about getting stage ready for Selenium with BDD and Specflow. So we're going to make all the installation, all the setup for Specflow and BDD and Selenium in our Visual Studio IDE. So let's not waste our time and flip to Visual Studio. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to create a new project, and the project is nothing but a unit test project. So I'm going to select project and go to test, and here you have something called as unit test project. So I'm going to call this as Specflow first. All right, so this will create a project for me. So now if you go to the reference and see what are the reference has been added for our project, you can see that there is just a Microsoft Visual Studio unit test framework, and there is a system library being added. So this is something which is very intrinsic in our Visual Studio itself. So this is the base class for all the types available in Visual Studios .NET. So now we need to reference the Specflow and Selenium in our project. So for doing that, if you have already watched the videos of BDD and Specflow video series in my playlist, you should have already have this understanding of installation of BDD with Specflow. And also we're going to install the Selenium in our project, so we need to add both of them here. So just right click the reference, hit manage NuGet packages, and then just type for Specflow, hit enter. So this will bring me up the Specflow in my NuGet package manager, and I'm going to hit install here. So this will download the latest package and add a reference to my project like this, techtalk.specflow, right? And then we need to add two more references. So the one reference is nothing but, if we go to the second page, there is something called BaseClass.contrib.specflow.selenium.NUnit. So I'm going to use this guy in my project rather the WebDriver itself to add a reference of Selenium in my project. BaseClass.contrib is a contribution done by an open source community where you have some more additional options which is not available with normal Selenium. So you can just go ahead and see that. So now there is no documentation for this contrib.specflow.selenium.NUnit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just search for this in my Google, and this will bring me up to the GitHub. So if you just open this thing, and here you can see there are some features available with this BaseClass.contrib, and you can see that it has some feature of adding different kinds of browser using just one simple annotations like this, right? And this is the whole purpose that I'm going to use this DLL in my project. So I'm going to add the reference for baseclass.contrib.specflow.selenium.NUnit. So this will add the reference right now. So it is adding some dependencies to my project. Great. So now it has added all the dependencies for me. And you can see there are a lot of other dependencies has been added in my reference, like baseclass.contrib of NUnit, and there is something called as artifact.configurations, and there is a WebDriver, there is a WebDriver.support. So all these things has been downloaded by just installing this one particular piece of library to my project, right? And then I'm going to add one more small thing, just nothing but specflow.assist.dynamics. And you know what is the purpose of specflow.assist.dynamics, because we have already discussed about it. If you don't, then just don't hesitate to go to my website and see the details in BDD and Specflow video series. So you can go to YouTube, and here in the BDD and Specflow video series, you can see that there is something called as specflow.assist.dynamics, which is discussed in part 10 of this video series. So you can get the detail on specflow.assist.dynamics from this video series, right? So I'm going to close this. So now all the important steps required for BDD with Specflow and Selenium has been referenced right here. So we are good to go right now. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video, and have a great day.